Hi guys, I am so happy you're back and welcome back to Storytime with Princess Anastasia. And so today we're going to talk about the Blue House. This is a beautiful neighborhood. It's an older neighborhood. You can tell by the little houses. It's not up-to-date houses because everything is so fabulous and big and bulky and showy and flashy. But back then, there was a different taste, a different texture, a different structure of things. You know, back in these old times, it was about building a house to make a home. And today is still the same way, but this was more of a more intimate touch to it. So look at here, slidings and pools in the backyard, and then the trampolines, and then planting food on the land, that kind of thing. As movers, there's people that's going to and fro. I personally like old neighborhoods. As I traveled around, I saw old neighborhoods in different states, and especially when I traveled to Rhode Island, there was a lot of small, intimate communities. It's just the whole entire city is like that. But it was beautiful, and it was right there by the water, and it was a lot of mom and pop shops. And hopefully you'll get to experience that. There are some good neighborhoods, and there are some that's not so good, and that's unfortunate in our world, but that's how things are. But let's see what makes this one such a wonderful story. The Blue House. Leo lived with his dad in an old blue house next to a tall fir tree. Here's the blue house. There's lights, so you can imagine when it's dark, these lights will light up their porch. There's the fir tree, and look, it's very personalized with a little swing there. And then little Leo is jumping on a trampoline. So you can just imagine he's just having fun in the sun and just jumping and jumping. Oh my God, that's so much fun for a kid his age. And then dad is just taking care of the normal, vegetables and fruits growing in the garden, raspberry trees, sunflower bushes or flowers, really, really homey and very close knit, All right, so we're going to move forward. The paint was peeling and the roof was mossy. There were leaks and cracks, and when the wind blew, whoosh, whoosh, the whole thing shook. But it was theirs. Dad is reading. There's a candle just in case the light goes out. There's a leaky cracks in the walls and the roof. And look, the cat even noticed there's a leak. But is Dad and Leo bothered? Not at all. Leo loved the blue house in the winter with its hiding places and cozy spaces. When the old heater broke, they would bake a pie just to warm up the kitchen. Have you ever been in a house when the house smells like food, and it's that time of the year when you are just, mom and dad is just making all kinds of stuff, or just mom or just dad? Because in this book, it's only dad. Sometimes in some books, it's only mom. But that's not the final. That part may make us sad if it's just a mom or it's just a dad, but love is still there. So we're not going to focus on that part, but we're definitely going to focus on single moms and single dads and another story. Okay. But as they read their books, excuse me, and they would talk. And then dad is like, it's a little cold in here. Do you want to bake a pie? And Leo is probably like, yeah, let's make a pie. And they made their pie, and the house is warm. Apparently, it's so cold in there. Look at dad has his shoes on and his little mitten shoes, and Leo have on his socks, but in his long sweater, and it's snowing outside. And they would dance. Do 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 do. Leo loved the blue house in the summer, with its garden full of raspberry and tomatoes. He would play in the yard until the sun went down. Leo had his toy trucks and his tractors and stuff. Here's the tomatoes and the raspberries, and Dad is doing the laundry. This is a nice, cozy, homey feeling that everyone is doing their part. As a child, he's playing, and as a dad, he's taking care of responsibilities. There's a lot of work going on. Let's read. Lately, there was all kinds of constructions going on in the neighborhood. Big new apartments were going up next door and across the road. Leo would watch the backhoes and the trucks out of his window. They looked like tiny toys. Remember the toys he were playing with? And that's why they looked like tiny toys. And look at Leo. He's just watching like, what's really going on? Leo personalized his room. So you know this is Leo room here. And Dad, you can still see more cracks in the house. The floor is undone. The walls are a little old. And here's Dad, concerned, right? And as a child and at your age and stage, you will notice Mom and Daddy feelings. But it is your responsibility to take care of your feelings as well. But we're going to read the rest of the story. But as we continue to learn, we're going to learn how to coach our feelings, okay? All right. I'm worried ours will be next, he heard his dad say on the phone one night. But Leo knew that his dad was wrong. The blue house would be theirs forever. One day, Leo dad picked him up from school, but instead of going home, they got an ice cream and went to the beach. I got a letter from the landlord today, Leo dad said. They sold our house and it's going to be torn down. I'm sorry, bud. We're going to have to move. Dad isn't happy about it. Leo is showing signs of concern. Here's Leo. There's Dad. So that was an emotional change. Look at Dad's face. Look at Leo's face. There's an exchange now. Let's see why. After Leo finally got the news, because Dad heard it first, so Dad was angry first. Now that he told Leo the news, now Leo has time to process it and not feel so happy about it either. And the feelings that they're feeling are appropriate, but let's see how they resolve it, okay? Leo was angry. How could someone just take their house away? He kicked and screamed and locked himself in his room. They couldn't tear it down if he never came out. So right now, Leo locks himself in his room, but his dad is concerned like, oh boy, this is going to be a tough one because Leo loved this house, right? Leo's toys is everywhere. He personalized his room. Leo wasn't leaving. And maybe this is the house where Leo's been growing up all his life. And no, not to say where's his mom. Maybe he remembered his mom being in that house too. And that's why he doesn't want to move. And Dad is attached to the house too. But Leo got hungry. Yes, getting hungry makes me come out of my room too. But Leo got hungry. And after a while, he went down for dinner. I'm angry too, his dad said. Maybe let's reread that part. I'm angry too, his dad said. There's pictures that Leo probably drawn over the years. Art. Leo probably studies art. Dad listens to music. Dad is a music lover. Leo's like, I love music too. Let's just stress this out with getting loud. So after they ate, they danced and stomped and raged together. They shredded the guitar, and Leo did a special screaming solo. La 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 la. It made both of them a little less mad. Soon the blue house began to fill up with boxes. Every day another familiar objects packed away. Books, kitchen. It breaks the heart because, Dad, we have to go, Leo probably said to his dad. I'm looking at that. Does that say Mom, maybe? Maybe. I can't tell. Plants. Dad learned how to plant in that house. They must love flowers and the land and the spacious opportunity to grow and plant. When the blue house was empty, it was echoey and drafty, like a hollow shell. Have you ever yelled in an empty space and you go, hello, hello, hello? It just makes it sound empty. And that makes it, like, oh, God is finally happening kind of feeling. All right. And the walls look so naked, said Leo. Let's paint on them, said his dad. It made both of them a little less sad. Dad drew his favorite flower, a sunflower. Leo was probably painting the pink. So they found a new home. That's great. That is the first thing, that the conflict was that they had to move. So the issue with the parent is like, well, where are we going to go? So now that part of the story is concluded that they found a home. Now what? The new house felt empty too. It didn't feel like home. I hate it, said Leo. That's okay, said his dad. One day, Leo and his dad walked by the hole, this is the hole, where the blue house had been. When they shut their eyes, they can see it clearly, hear every floorboard crack and the drip of the faucet leaks. But when they opened them again, their home was gone. That night, as Leo laid in bed, staring at the empty walls of his new room, he had an idea. An idea is great, guys. Let's see what this idea was. What if we painted it? Leo said. Good thinking, said his dad. Then together, they mixed up the perfect shade of blue, and it made them both feel a little more at home. So what do? They do what they did in the blue house. Little by little, familiar objects began to appear in the new house. After school one day, Leo and his dad baked a pie in the kitchen. Remember, they love baking old pies and making the house feel warm and smell like pies, even though the story doesn't say that. But anytime you cook anything, the house fills with the smell of food. And that night, they unpacked the stereo and danced and stomped and sang until it was time for bed. Leo had been right. The blue house would be theirs forever. And with each passing day, the new house was becoming theirs too. Yay! Absolutely beautiful, guys. Beautiful. All right. So, I'm happy that I was able to share this book with you. But until next time, come back because we have another great story. Bye for now.